How is it going, everybody? Welcome back to the Mesozoic Media Park. Now, the goal for this park is to make a bunch of enclosures that are based off of movies, shows, documentaries, video games, you name it, any form of paleo media. Now, today, I want to build the end of Oak Street. I just saw the movie yesterday, as of recording, last week when this video is uploaded, I believe. And I want to try to replicate a little section of Oak Street and make it into an enclosure. I got it started right here. This right here, it's Oak Street. This is the road. Isn't it cute? It's adorable, isn't it? So we have that. And then I want to try to build some houses. Like I'm thinking maybe one or two houses, like a little section of a neighborhood, I suppose. Um, Complete with like yards and sidewalks and things like that. And then I also want a section to be filled with a bunch of foliage to represent the fact that this area was, taken over by, this area has been brought back in time to the point where there's just like a rainforest and there's jungles and things like that. So that is today's plan. I'm kind of nervous to get started because that also means that I might have to build some houses, which I am not equipped to do. I'm not exactly good at something like that. I went looking into the blueprints, and obviously there's some of the new coastal pack things that we can include, but I might have to go on to the... Yeah, see, that's tiny. This is the one that looks the most like an Oak Street house, However, nonetheless, we're still going to try. So we'll build our first house right here. And full on warning, it has been a while since I've tried to do any of this. It's been a few months since I've built something like, the Disney's dinosaur ride. I did that forever ago. So I have no idea how well this is going to go, but we're going to try it. We're going to give it a shot. That is the plan. We'll just first we'll place down like a very classic looking red brick house, right? That's what we'll do. So let's see here. Like there would be a sidewalk right here, and then there would be the yard. So I guess we'll put the house like right here, I think. I'm kind of like looking at one of the images to get somewhat of an idea of how I want this house to look. Okay, that's a little bit of the foundation. I figured we can build a porch right here. I think it's mostly made out of bricks, though, as far as I can tell. So this might be looking pretty good. And, it doesn't have to look perfect, just as long as the idea is conveyed. Like, as long as you look at this and say, oh, yeah, that's a house, then I will be happy, As long as you get the vague idea that this is meant to be the end of Oak Street. This is not going well at all. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna have to restart the roof entirely. Yeah, I genuinely, I have no idea how people actually build buildings. This is kind of, yeah, this is looking rough. I think I need to restart the whole thing. Okay, so I was like, I pretty much gave up. That's pretty much where we sit. I think I was trying to make them a little bit too big. And I'm going to try again, but I'm kind of getting the ball rolling by placing down one of the Crocodilia Coast pre-built things. So this is our first official house. It is small. It is a small house, but these people, they like to live in small houses. They don't like to have anything too big. So this is what they're working with. Because I'm like looking at all of these pieces and it's like they only have like a few rows, whereas I had like 10 rows on the roof. It looked very bad. It looked terrible. And I forgot to unpause the recording, so unfortunately you guys will not see my masterpiece, which actually looks incredibly terrible. But what we're going to do now is we're going to put some chain link fence around this, right? First, they're like, they have chain link fence that starts to block their backyard. Like they keep their backyard separated from the neighbors and whatnot. Whoa, why can't I see that? Whoa. Did I just lower that too low? I think I did. It's hard to tell, man. It is so hard to work with chain link fence and stuff like that. Either that or I'm just stupid. It's probably the latter. There we go, but that's a much better method to doing it. There we go. Bring this over here and then do the whole spinneroo thing. There we go. That is our first backyard. Right there. Somebody lives here. I'm sure that I could put some things in the back. Like maybe they have a garden. So I can't just I can't use the brush. I need to actually go in, like, let's see. Are there flowers? I'm exploring all of the modular pieces a lot today. Yeah. Yeah, they have a garden. They have a nice little garden. Like to keep themselves, and they have a wait, is this like prehistoric kingdom where they like, is there soil I could put down? Aha. Okay. There we go. So we could put this down, I think, except it'll look really square. We could put a border around it. Like, they really take care of their garden. You know, this is their baby. Unfortunately, dinosaurs are going to trample all over it because, you know, the things are not going to work out for them, but it's fine. Let's see. Let's say they have a garden going down basically the whole fence. There we go. That's their garden back here, and then they have some flowers in their garden, of course. This looks kind of similar to a flower that shows up in the movie, or like some type of plant that shows up in a movie. So I'm going to put that right there. If you know, you know, I guess. There we go. They take real good care of their garden. This is still incredibly empty. So is there like a picnic bench? I'm sure there is. Yeah, picnic table. So they have this out here, you know, so that they can eat outside every once in a while. Is there a grill? Haha, is there a grill? Dang it. I'm sure I could build one, but I'm not equipped to do that. Believe me, the house was a disaster. What else? What else could go back here? Is there like a bird bath? How cool would that be? I don't see one. This looks fine. This probably looks fine how it is. Okay, so we'll just keep it like that, and I'll put a tree in the front yard. Like that. There you go. There's the first house that we have included in our end of Oak Street enclosure. It's not much, but it is something. Now, what I'm also going to do is I'm going to select a lot of these. We're going to duplicate that and move it over here. Right? Okay. And then I'll place down the house again, but this time we're going to modify it to make it look like it's a little bit different. You understand what I'm saying? I'm sure many of you get what I'm saying. Like, take, for example, we can change the colors. Probably. Like, maybe let's make it into more of... Yeah, there we go. Yeah, you could do stuff. Okay, so that's that coloration. Oh, dear God. What have I done? Jeez. That is bright. There we go. It's a nice little cozy house. Is there any way that I can make it different? Maybe this one doesn't have a patio, actually. What happens if I delete all this stuff? Hopefully it doesn't just make it look ugly. This person also really likes their plants. Definitely not an excuse for me to just hide some of these imperfections over here. Definitely not. Okay, and this person also has a... like a little walkway. Oh yeah, they also need this. But they keep theirs open like that. And then they have like a little bit of a walkway. I don't know. That's way too small. I'm gonna have to like use actual floor. Maybe like that a little bit, and then maybe we can hide it with some grass. Like these guys need to mow, and then the neighbors are like, man, these guys need to mow. I'm gonna call HOA on them. You know, it's back. Say maybe not that bad. Yeah, they definitely need to mow their backyard. You know, look at that. That's crazy. Gotta do something. Again, I'm going to call the HOA. It's ridiculous. But these guys have a shed. I bet you there's some type of modular piece that looks like a shed. How could there not be? Okay, I don't think I could find anything that... Well, unless... I mean, that's kind of shed-like. Obviously not all three of them, but maybe if we just, like, removed. Most of, or all 4 of them, rather. Like, if we place this right here, I think. There we go. Now they have a, oh, oops. They have a shed now. And then they actually have a tree in their backyard as opposed to their front yard. I'm just looking for things that differentiate this house from the one right next to it. And I'm also trying to hold off from building one. I'm so scared to, oh, oops, I'm trying to move and it's not working because I'm in there. Kind of like that. And also, in addition to all of this, this guy's fence, oh, shoot. In addition to all this, this guy's fence has been torn down because of dinosaurs, you know? There. Oh no, what have I done? What have I gotten myself into? And I've been recording for an hour already. Oh no. I don't know how I'm going to do this, if I'm being completely honest. Because building houses is certainly not my forte. I mean, I guess I could try again now with like my newfound knowledge. I could try to build a few. We'll try to build one more real quick, and we'll see if I can actually make something happen. Maybe I've just made this whole thing too big when it really doesn't. It probably doesn't really need to be that big of an enclosure, if I'm being honest. I mean, I've kind of gotten into a bad habit of making some enclosures a bit bigger than they needed to be. And as a result, that takes up way too much space. This could potentially turn into one of those enclosures. The problem is that I want, like, I think that there's quite a few creatures we could put in here. Like, I'm thinking Coelophysis, I'm thinking, what else? Spinosaurus, obviously, Allosaurus. You know, there's a few creatures. Yeah, it doesn't need to be too big, though. It really doesn't. I think I'm kind of just, I might be doing a bit too much, but I'd still like a decent amount of them still. You know, I still want it to feel like an actual neighborhood that was unfortunately transported back into the time of the dinosaurs. Let's see. I mean, let's see what I can accomplish here. Okay. I'm really bad at building, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this into, for now, I'm just going to turn this into a house that was broken into. In addition to that, I think I could start including some of the, like, the tropical elements to this, which is something that we saw a lot of in the movie. I mean, you know, you could see a lot of it in the trailers. It's like, yeah, you know, in the background there's a bunch of things. We'll even put down some water right here. Because why not? And actually, that might be as large as we're going to make it. Well, I'm thinking. I don't know what I want to do yet. I don't know how large I would like to make this. But that might actually be large enough for what I have planned. Again, I have a tendency to make some enclosures too big, and this might have been one of those examples. So let's fix the path real quick. Like that. Okay. And then I guess we can make the enclosure. I guess that's not too bad, really. Just we'll put it right about here. Right. We actually have a lot of Allosaurus in this park. Did you guys know that? It feels like we have, or well, how much do we really have? I keep hearing one roar. Oh, that's right, it's Guanji. So we have this one. Is that all we have? I thought we had more than that. Oh, no, we have carnivores. I mean, one more Allosaurus certainly wouldn't hurt. That's not bad, though. I feel like this kind of captures the idea of Oak Street. Actually, you know what would be really cool? I don't think it would count as a spoiler. You guys know the premise of the movie. You know what happens. You know that these people have been taken back in time. And yeah. So maybe I can have like a house right there, right? But then, here's where it gets really interesting. I can delete half of it, right? You guys get what I'm doing? Like, half of it was outside of the area that got taken. Kind of like that. Huh? 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 I like it. I like the idea. And then, because, like, some of these houses were so close, there's, like, some notable damage here. This kind of sticks out like a sore thumb. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie, it sticks out like a sore thumb. I'm gonna delete it. Instead, what we're gonna do is we're gonna use one of these houses again, and then we're just gonna put that there and try to make it look as different as possible from the remaining houses. Oh, that is actually really cool. And kind of terrifying too. I like this idea. And plus putting this right here makes sense. It's like, oh yeah, some dinosaurs kind of just, they showed up. They showed up where we didn't want them to show up. Now what I can do is I can shift this over here, right? Like that. Duplicate that, and then we could do it again over here for this house. And then this could be like a little alleyway. But then the difference is that half of it, of course, didn't make it through. It looks like I missed some of this. There we go. This is so cool. Oops. I'm not editing group anymore. That's so okay. I like this idea. I like how this is going. Okay. We got 4 different houses, and one of them is truly in an unfortunate situation. I think that gets the point across. It'd be nice to have some cars, but I can't build cars. I might have to get those off of the workshop. But yeah, yeah, it's certainly a nice reference to Oak Street. So in that case, let's go ahead and get some creatures. Now, there's a lot of creatures that showed up in the movie. Which ones we place down, that is the question. But one of the main stars is obviously Allosaurus, so we'll have to place that one down. Fortunately, we actually have, like, the correct Allosaurus in the game. There is, like, that's actually, yeah, that's not bad. There we go. We'll do that one. We'll also put down a Spinosaurus. We see brief shots of it in the trailer, but this is like a good chance for me to use the Rebirth Spino. I don't know what coloration the Spinosaurus has in the movie. Everything's very dark, so I guess I'll do something like that, and then maybe, I don't know, we'll do that. Let's just do that. And then I obviously want some Coelophysis. They got like some purple feathers going on, so we'll try to make them look as close to that as possible. So maybe around there. All right, maybe one more. Maybe like an herbivore of some sort. What herbivores were? Oh yeah, there was giant feathered, like what looked like Brachiosaurus. So we'll place down some Brachiosaurus. Obviously, we can't do feathered ones. But they had like a greenish feathered coloration, I think. Which that doesn't look a lot like that. That looks better. There we go. That might be as close as we can get. And there we go. Those are all the creatures that we'll have in this enclosure. That also means that we need to just realize that this isn't lining up as well. So we need to delete some of this to make sure there's a proper cutoff. Oh, shoot. This is a packed enclosure. But it's pretty accurate to the movie. There was creatures everywhere. And you can see that in the trailers too. Like, there's just a huge amount of creatures in the movie. But here's what it's looking like. We got the Spinosaurus walking around. We got 2, just pretend that they're feathered, I guess, to match up the movie, Brachiosaurs over here. We got an Allosaurus running around as well, kind of like sticking to the Mesozoic portion of the park, or the enclosure, rather. I like how the Spinosaurus walked through the broken fence right there. This guy didn't have much of a backyard, or not even a driveway. We should probably fix that. Oh no, obstructed. I'll have to wait until the Coelophysis come in. Isn't this an interesting sight right here? You got the Spinosaurus, Allosaurus, Brachiosaurus. Crazy. Coelophysis. These little Coelophysis running around. Little boogers. Oh, look. Goes into the... Oh, did I... I must have accidentally deleted this. That's fine. There should be a lot of destruction anyway. All these dinosaurs running around. Especially with these giant sauropods just trying to go for a stroll, you know? And bada bang, bada boom. There we go. It feels good to finally put in another enclosure into this park after so long. It's been a while since we've like properly worked on... Look at all these guys. Look at them. Oh my gosh. I'm just lying down in the middle of the road. Probably did that in the movie. Who knows? You too. But no, seriously, this is so cool. It's like, it just feels so good to finally make another enclosure in this park and finally expand it a little bit more. There's still so many more paleo projects that we need to get done. Because there's a lot out there. There's a lot that we can include and a lot that certainly should be included. There's a huge space right here. We got a lot of space over there, a lot of space over there. But as of right now, the end of Oak Street is our most recent addition to the Mesozoic Media Park. And what a great addition it is, especially considering the fact that I really liked the movie. Like, I genuinely had a great time watching it. I think it's a good film. If you haven't seen it, I recommend you go and do so. It's pretty good. But yeah, if you guys have any recommendations of enclosures you'd like to see, you know, enclosures that are based off of movies, shows, documentaries, video games, even books and things like that, be sure to let me know and I'll do my best to include them. But that's pretty much all I have for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching and have an awesome day.